Welcome to Sharing Stories from 1977, and thank you for your interest in our work. We are a multi-institutional digital humanities initiative that combines traditional archival research, oral history, and database technology to analyze the history of the National Women's Conference, the first federally funded women's conference that took place in Houston in November 1977. Sharing Stories is creating a new digital archive centering this momentous event in the recent history of the United States. Our research aims to shift the historiography of the U.S. contemporary politics by revealing the NWC as an important bellwether in the 1970s. We gauge points of consensus and contestation among distinct groups of American women as they adapted to the shocks of globalization, the shifts of family and work structures, the strains of economic stagnation, the heightened demand of human rights, and the limits of government support.
Looking at what women wanted at the NWC accents not only the social problems Americans faced, but their level of ingenuity in devising solutions. Ultimately, we argue that the NWC changed politics for good and for ill, while also transforming the women who participated.
We want our site to serve as a leading resource for researchers like you who are interested in the National Women's Conference. We also want it to be a space for scholarly dialogue where you can contribute your original insights and ideas. So let's walk through a few key features of our site that will be useful to researchers. In our Discover the NWC Stories section, we delve into the lives of individual conference participants. We feature biographies, photos, and oral histories, paying particular attention to their role at the National Women's Conference and their stance on women's issues.
Much of this work is completed by dedicated undergraduate students in history and gender studies courses, and it goes through a rigorous peer review by leading scholars in the field prior to publishing. Our Why the NWC Matters page features interactive content related to the conference, including oral history clips collected by historians of the conference and a timeline showcasing how the conference came to fruition.
In addition to scrolling through interpretive essays written by students about the issues debated at the NWC, you can also find primary source materials like the conference program to use in the classroom or for your own research. Finally, we come to our Mapping the NWC page, a section of our website designed specifically with researchers in mind. The page features searchable and downloadable data on participants that include demographic information like personal and family life, education, work history, political experience, organizational activities, and their role at the NWC. An advanced search will allow you to dig deeper into these search categories to identify new connections between participants and gain greater understanding of who engaged politics at the grassroots level. The map feature will populate based on your selections, giving you the opportunity to visualize recent U.S. politics in ways not possible in traditional monographs. As you can see, Sharing Stories is a collaborative project, so we invite you to not only use our research, but also participate with contributions of your own. Do you see something in the existing biography that should be updated or amended? Reach out to us by clicking the Submit Corrections buttons on the participants page.
Have you done an oral history with an NWC participant that discusses their role at the conference or their work in 1970s politics? Are you interested in conducting such an interview in the future? Click on the How to Contribute Oral Histories icon for more information. Are you interested in teaching the history of the National Women's Conference in your classroom? Head over to the Educators How To section to learn more.
Are you curious about our editing process and want to get involved? Do you have related research that might be a good fit for our upcoming Scholars Corner? Do you have any ideas for our new educational content or how to improve the site? All these inquiries can be submitted by clicking the light bulb icon. We look forward to hearing from you as we work together in putting the National Women's Conference on the map. In addition to scrolling through interpretive essays written by students about the issues debated at the NWC, you can also find primary source materials like the conference program to use in the classroom or for your own research.